Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday. It is the 31st week in Ordinary Time. I'm so happy to be with you today on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. How about this weather? I know we go from cold to beautiful spring-like weather. Anyway, it's nice to be with you today. Today we have our Race for Education. So the children are outside racing and walking and running around the campus. Every child is participating. Isn't that beautiful? I have to really thank Mary Godsword and her team of people who put the Race for Education together every fall for St. Mary Catholic School. You know, it's a big deal. It's one of our biggest fundraisers. Have you signed up to be a donor for the Race for Education? Please help us. Please help us. Our goal is $50,000 that we need to raise for our Catholic school. You know, we're a Catholic school, so it's a private education. We do it through donations and tuition. And if it wasn't like our families who send their children to us and our friends like yourself, we wouldn't have a Catholic school. So we depend on everyone. It takes an entire village to run a parish. Well, it takes an entire village and community to run a Catholic school. So for all the children out there today that were racing and running and walking around our beautiful 23-acre campus, thank you. Thank you for loving St. Mary Catholic School. Thank you for doing your best here. Thank you for participating in this great fundraiser. And I have to thank Mary Godsword again for all of her hard work and all the people that work and collaborate with her. It's really great. So it's easy as 1, 2, 3. All you have to do is go onto the school website and then click Race for Education and then make your donation. Or you could send a donation in by the mail and just put on the envelope, attention, Race for Education, and whatever you want to give. Whether it's $20, $40, $80, or $100, that goes a long way, I'm telling you. And I don't want to ever make short or light of donations. The word donation comes from the Latin word which means dona, which means gift. It's a gift from the heart. So it's between you and God. And then you make that donation, because there's many people that are seeking donations out in the world. And I'm so glad that our Catholic school works really hard. I want to talk to you about our school. We were founded in 1961, not the parish, the school. Parish was founded in 1926. So we've been here for 94 years. But the school was established in 1961. And we're on our second school, like we're in our second church. The first school was, you know where the annex is right now? Those annex rooms? That's where the first school was. It was really a one-floor schoolhouse. And it wasn't like what it is today. This was put together by the generosity of people of our parish in 2003, March of 2003. So from 1961 all the way until 2003, we have been in that one floor schoolhouse. It was, of course, sufficient for 1st to 8th grade, but it was tight, and they had to make a decision. They were putting it off and putting it off. Because, you know, it's a commitment, isn't it? Should we build a Catholic school? Well, the people at that time, under the direction of Father McElroy, said, I think we should. Because this one floor school is not going to do it. It won't be able to keep up with the technology, the advancement, the education, the socialization, and all the things we need to educate and develop the whole child. We need to make the move. And guess what? They put together a beautiful capital campaign. You might remember that capital campaign. It was called, or still is going on, it's called Hands Together. Hands Together. And they made the decision, we need to leave this one-floor school building, and we need to put our children into a school that is capable of educating the whole child. So what do I mean by that? Well, we know more in education and about the formation of a child in their academic growth than we did years ago. Now, don't get me wrong. I think I had a very good education when I was a kid in first grade, and I think probably you did as well. But today there's many different needs and circumstances that need to be addressed. And I think schools, whether they be public or private, like a Catholic school, they need to address that, because not every child is like in a cookie cutter situation. Every child has different needs, and every child has different wants in their own academic growth. And we have to find out if we are reaching that child. So if a child comes to us, are we able to educate that child, the whole child? You know, whatever that child is going through. Now, I'm sure not to the 100th degree. I'm sure there's certain things we cannot do, but I think we're doing a very good job as a Catholic school in the 21st century. Here we are in 2020, and what a year is 2020. You know, someone told me, Father, I think 2020, you know how it's about vision and perfect vision? 2020 in seeing how God looks at things, not as man looks at things. And it takes us a little bit of time to step back and say, wow, maybe we were not getting it. And maybe this pandemic, as tragic as it is, calls us to step back and say, wait a minute, I think we need to really examine what we're doing, and we need to see how we could do it better. Well, anyway, St. Mary Catholic School in historic Schwenksville, right on the door of the Springmount District. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful campus here. I'm sure most of you have been on our campus. We're about, I would think we're 23 acres. We have 6 buildings. We even have an outdoor classroom. It's amazing. We have an outdoor pavilion. We have a shrine to our Blessed Mother by the pavilion in the Mary Grove. Maybe these words don't resonate with you because you haven't heard them or seen them, but when you come on campus, ask someone, especially those on staff, just say, where's your outdoor classroom located? Or where's the pavilion? Or I heard Father mention Mary Grove. Where is that? We'll be happy to show you these places. They're part of the 23-acre campus, and we try to take advantage of this property. We try to care for it because it really belongs to the people. We are entrusted, I in particular as pastor, am entrusted to make sure that this campus, these buildings are cared for the people, for the Livingstones, God's people, to make sure when you come here, you feel a sense of welcome and warmth, that you feel loved, and that you feel God's presence here. That's my prayer. Well, even with our Catholic school, it's a big building that surrounds people with love. It houses not only our day school children with over 200 students, it also houses, well, not this year, it also houses our prep program for the evening division. So we have a day division for the Catholic school students, Monday through Friday, from 7:50 until 3:15, 3:20. And then we have an evening division, and that's on Monday and Tuesday evening. Roughly between 6 to 8, the building is open. And then we educate our public school children, and we offer religious education classes to them in the same building. This year, prep is virtual. But of course, our Catholic school students are back. We do have a handful of our Catholic school students who are virtual. We have a handful who are watching via the computer screen, but still participating. I go over to the school and teach as well. Most of you know that I have a bachelor's in education, that I was a teacher before I entered the seminary. So I enjoy going over to grades, I should say pre-K3, all the way up to the 8th grade. So one day I'm in 3-year-old classroom, a 3-year-old classroom. That is that's the little guys. So I'm talking to them. And the next day I could be with 8th graders, the teenagers who think that they're it, Well, it's enjoyable for me. It's enjoyable for me. I have the gift of gab, so I could go in and just feel comfortable talking to any of these students about whatever topic they want in religion. I'm basically an adjunct religion teacher that comes over. So the teachers will call our secretary, Sandy, and book me on my calendar and say, hey, can Father come tomorrow at 1 o'clock? Can he teach the sacrament of confirmation? Sure. Then another teacher will say, hey, can Father come over to the 8th grade and talk about the Holy Land and his experience? The 8th graders would like to hear about that. Sure. And then I go over according to the calendar to make sure that I'm able. That's why we put on the calendar, to see if I'm able to go, if I'm not doing a sick call or another responsibility of the parish. And then I go over. I think it's beautiful that the pastor is also an adjunct faculty member for the school by teaching religion. That's nice. That's a nice perk to have that. And yes, I also do give tests. I also talk about things that are very important to them. And so I want them to know me beyond Mass and beyond the confessional. They know that, that's the priest, the pastor, he says Mass for us, or he hears our confession. But I also want them to know I do other things. Because, from a child's perspective, they only know you in what they see you at. They don't know you in your total vocation or job. And then they begin to talk about things and you're like, oh, that's nice, Father, I didn't realize that. So our Catholic school, which was founded in 1961 to this present day, and we're in our second building, does a great job in educating the child in this 21st century world. And now that they're in school during COVID, we make sure that they are safe, that they learn well, that they're able to socialize with one another, and really keep all the restrictions that we possibly can in a learning environment. And I think the principal and the faculty do a tremendous job. No place is perfect, but it's amazing what they do at our school. Amazing. And I'm so grateful. Every first Thursday of the month, I have a staff meeting with the entire pastoral staff. And I invite them over to the office center to meet with me so we can talk about issues, events. And they did today, because today is, or is today the first Thursday, or do we have to postpone that, Susan? Today's the 5th, oh, it is the first Thursday.
Yep.
Sometimes we have to, I had to think for a minute. Thank you, everybody, sorry about that. I was like, ooh, is today the first Thursday? So this is the regular staff meeting day. But sometimes we do postpone it because there's an event that we have to go as a staff that we can't do a staff meeting. Well, anyway, we were there, and I was just grateful. I was telling Mr. Repko and Miss Beth, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, especially conducting school during a pandemic. No easy task, but thank God. Thank God they're doing well. Thank God our children are doing well. You know, they're running outside on the campus today because today's the Race for Education, and they're laughing and having a good time and just be with their friends. You remember those days, don't you? In elementary school? What a formative time. What a formative time to be with your friends. Just to enjoy life. And that's what kids should do. They shouldn't worry about anything. Kids should just soak up life and say, you know what? I had a great childhood. I come from a great home, great parents. I went to a wonderful Catholic school. Oh, where? St. Mary's in Schwenksville. I had a great time there. It's good to hear those things among children who are now adults, and they converse with one another. So, would you be able to help us? Would you be able to contribute to the Race for Education? Whatever. Help us reach our $50,000 goal and making sure we have the necessary funds to continue our Catholic school. That would be wonderful. On my Facebook page, I have a link that I have set up for St. Mary Catholic School. But even if you can't find these things, or if you don't have a computer, you could just write a check and bring it in to the office center, or put in the collection, but just make sure it's marked Race for Education, because we want to put it in the correct account where it goes. So just wanted to share that with you. I think it's beautiful, and I appreciate all the hard work that goes into having something like this for our kids and for the future of St. Mary's School. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I just wanted to dedicate this afternoon reflection, or this daily reflection, to the Race for Education, to St. Mary Catholic School, to give a shout out to all the principal, the staff, the faculty, the students, the parents, and all those people who help behind the scenes, who might not even get any credit or notice. Thank you for helping. Thank you for doing what you do. What a tremendous gift you are to our community and to our school. It's a blessing indeed. If by any chance you are looking for your grandchild, or, I don't know, your child to go to a Catholic school, maybe not this year, but maybe for the next school year, I want to tell you that we presently are giving tours for next school year. So I don't know if you know Suzette Moyer. Suzette Moyer is a wonderful woman, an educator. She is a wonderful gift to St. Mary's School. She is the Director of Enrollment and Retention. That's a big job. So she's the one who speaks to you, talks to you about our school, gives out brochures about our school, answers your questions about our school, and personally we'll give you a tour throughout our school. So you could see first at hand what is being offered at St. Mary Catholic School. And then she'll follow up with a phone call, maybe a possible second visit to her office. I mean, I'm telling you, we at St. Mary's are blessed with a person like Suzette Moyer, because she gives of her whole self in that responsibility of Director of Enrollment and Retention. And Suzette, God bless you. I don't know why I'm saluting everybody today. This is not normally what Father Bellopede does, but I don't know why the Holy Spirit is telling me to salute. So I'm just saluting people. Where did that come from? I have no idea. But anyway, Susan thinks it's funny, so that's nice. As long as I can make people laugh and enjoy life. It's such a beautiful day today. And God knows all of you have been working hard throughout this pandemic, throughout our country's unrest, with this election. You need a little bit of levity. You need a little bit of jovidity, even if that's a word, to be jovial, to just to know that God has this. God is in charge, right? God is in charge. And we have to trust him. We have to trust him. So I just want to talk to you about that and enjoy this day. Enjoy your family. Be a gift to another person. If you could be anything, be kind. Be kind to each other. We only go through this world once. Make it count, everybody. And if you're looking for a place to worship, here we are. If you're looking for a place to send your kids or grandkids, here we are. If you're looking for a place to just make a visit into our church, here we are. If you want to be and adore the Blessed Sacrament, here we are. This is a great place. It's a great spiritual home. It's our shared home together, in which we call St. Mary Parish. Have a nice day, everybody.